Okay, so if you've ever felt like you're fighting with an AI just to get something useful, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to go way beyond just simple commands and really unlock some powerful and, more importantly, reliable results. Does this feel familiar? You ask the AI for something, and what you get back is fine. It's technically correct, but it completely misses the point. It feels generic, it's not helpful, and honestly, it just feels like a waste of your time. You're not alone, I promise, and the fix is actually pretty simple. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got that typical kind of mushy prompt, write about our launch. But on the right, that's a focused prompt. The difference is all about structure. By telling the AI who to be and what its job is, you completely change the game. So here's our roadmap for this. First, we'll talk about why AI needs direction to begin with. That's the blink slate problem. Then we'll introduce the role and goal pattern. After that, I'll show you how to add more control with precision dials, see it all in action, and finally, we'll get into the weeds of why this method actually works so well. All right, first up, let's really dig into the core issue with how most of us talk to these incredibly powerful tools. It's something we can call the blank slate problem. You gotta remember, an AI doesn't know you. It doesn't know your company, your project, anything. It starts every single conversation from absolute zero, with no context. So without any guidance from you, it's kind of just floating out in space. It has no way of knowing what you really need or what a good job even looks like for your task. And that brings us right to the solution. It's a beautifully simple two-part framework that basically gives your AI an anchor. It gives it a persona and, critically, a purpose. So the role plus goal pattern. This is the first thing you should type. Before you ask for anything else, you tell it who it is, and you tell it what its main objective is. This one simple move just instantly solves that blank slate problem we were talking about. And it breaks down into two super simple steps. Step 1, assign a role. And this isn't just for fun, right? This actually activates all the specific patterns, the vocabulary, even the style of reasoning that goes with that profession. Then, step 2, you define a clear goal. This gives the AI a target to aim for, which ensures the output you get back is actually going to be useful. Now, just using role and goal by itself is fantastic for quick stuff. But what about when the work is a little more complicated, or maybe the stakes are a lot higher? Well, that's when we start turning what I like to call the precision dials. Think of these extra bits of information as dials you can turn up or down. They aren't required every time. They're tools you pull out when you need to manage complexity and get a much more reliable, much more actionable result. And here are the 5 main dials you can play with. There's the specific task, what actually needs to get done, the audience, who is this for, any constraints, like a word count or a specific tone, the deliverable, the exact format you need back, and finally, context, which gives the whole request that important, subtle detail. Okay, so let's see how all these pieces actually fit together in the real world. We're going to look at a whole spectrum here, from just a simple idea all the way to a super detailed project plan. Check out how this prompt just evolves across the screen. The simple column on the left, that's just role and goal, perfect for a first draft. In the middle, intermediate, we've added task, audience, and deliverable to get more clarity. But then look at comprehensive on the right. We've specified everything. This is for that high-stakes work, where you need a totally reliable, actionable plan that gets the full picture. See, you're choosing the right structure for the job. So when should you keep it simple? Well, you use just the basic role and goal pattern when the task is pretty straightforward, or maybe you're just exploring ideas and you need a quick draft. It's perfect for when you're still kind of figuring out what you want, and speed is what really matters. And when do you add those precision dials? You bring them in when the stakes are high, when the output has a really specific audience or format, or maybe when a simpler prompt has already failed you. This is how you delegate complex work to an AI and make sure it gets it right the first time. So, what's the magic here? I mean, why is telling an AI to act as a project manager so ridiculously effective? Well, it's not about playing pretend. It's all about activating patterns. This is the key insight right here. You're not asking the AI to put on a costume and play a part. What you're actually doing is tapping into a massive, massive database of how real professionals in that role write, think, and prioritize things. For example, when you say act as a data analyst, the model is pulling from countless reports, memos, presentations, and emails that were written by actual data analysts. It isn't just making up a persona out of thin air. It's mimicking a deeply learned statistical reality.
And by doing this, you activate the whole package that comes with that role. Their specific vocabulary, their objective tone, what they prioritize, things like accuracy and insights, and even how they structure their work, like with a summary, findings, and recommendations. You get a much more authentic and useful result because you're leveraging all these patterns that are already built in.
So if you take just one thing away today, let it be this. Start simple. Just role and goal. And then you only add those precision dials when the situation and the complexity of the work really demand it. This whole framework gives you the control to manage complexity and to get reliable, actionable output every single time. So really, the only question left is what role are you going to have your AI play next?